Afrofuturist artist as well. Also joining us is her husband, another visual artist, Malik Sinufru. And we also have joining us Rochelle Spencer, our Afro-serial writer from East Bay. And Keenan Norris, professor at San Francisco, I want to say, make sure it's San Jose State University. Thank you. That's joining us on our panel. And myself, Nian Brown, I'm a visual artist and as well as an art educator here in Oakland. I teach over at Oakland School for the Arts, which is right off on 18th and Broadway. One of the things that we wanted to do, just to kind of whet the kind of atmosphere, I thought would be a great way for people to kind of start to also talk to you a little about their professional journey. But to start off with a question, I think it's real simple, just to kind of open things up. And I think we'll go ahead and maybe we'll switch it up. We'll actually start right down here with you, Rochelle. And one of the first questions that we have here is, what is your personal definition of Afrofuturism?
Thank you. I would argue that Afrofuturism, especially to take Dr. Anderson's term, Afrofuturism 2.0, is an umbrella term for multiple philosophies and schools of thoughts associated with Black speculative fiction and with the future. So I think that it encompasses a wide range of topics, but it's thinking about Black people creating and producing the future.
Hey. So I would see sort of, I've been into this thing called astral projection. How many of you guys heard of that? So I see Black futurism as an astral projection of Black authority. That's what I would see.
I think for me, it's using the knowledge of the past, the collective knowledge of kind of from the Black diaspora, as a way to kind of navigate the future, and also as a way to extend folk practices that we see across the diaspora into the future, to see them as contemporary practices, Black masking Indians that we see like in New Orleans as an example of that. So again, it's like a lens that I choose to see the world around me and think about what are the more future connections that I can start to think about possibilities.
I have a quote that I developed from teaching at various campuses like Berkeley City College and Cal State East Bay. And it came out of what it means to teach people of color about identity. Well, primarily about how to use the English language and maintain their identity. And that quote is, "Space dictates meaning. What enters that space is dictated to by the meaning of the space, or the individual can change the meaning of the space." That's what Afrofuturism is to me. We are here to change the meaning of the space.
Yeah, so I think that Afrofuturism does entail a challenge, right? We were discussing this earlier, that we have been, as Black folks in the Americas, stripped of our history, over, systematically, really since slavery, and we've been in this, especially the last 50 to 100 years, this sort of desperate attempt to reclaim that history and to understand it, to codify it, to come to terms with it, right? And to understand our history not only, within the Americas, but prior to the Americas, prior to European contact, etc. And I think that Afrofuturism in many ways challenges us not only to look backward, but also to try to imagine, where we are going. And you'll see this sort of tension within Afrofuturism between the apocalyptic and the Wakandan, right? And so I suppose that in addition to the more refined definitions, so far, I would just offer that part of the definition of what it is, of what Afrofuturism is simply that challenge and that division of vision.
So Afrofuturism to me is it's a representation of the collective consciousness of Black people. And it includes where we've come from, because I believe where we are now is really an amalgamation of all the struggles that we've been through, all the knowledge that we've learned that has brought us here to this leading edge of right now. And I believe that our future is really about what we're doing now to better tomorrow for people of color. A philosophy. I think that it is ever changing because we as artists are constantly creating. We're constantly pushing ourselves to get out of our comfort zone, and I think that we are visually creating what we want the future to resemble, what we want it to look like.
You know, make sure we can get the mic down as well. It's a good little segue.